please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Hello everyone, welcome to the exhibition of stupid people. Today we're going to start with a dog called Mary's World, Mary Harbour. More notably, it's Mary's World being the Instagram handle for this beautiful little pupper. A proper little smoosh dog, right? This dog was the property of Lily Allen. If you know who she is, singer-ish. Rose to notoriety early, disappeared for a bit, came back again, exists. Is well known for being pro-EU and pro-immigration. Not that these matter in the slightest, they're also a feckless moron. This is the part we need to focus on. She has been recently criticised by many after she admitted on her Miss Me podcast that she rehomed her dog when the dog ate her and her children's passports and visas. Now, the criticism is, you set up an Instagram for this dog was a part of your life. You then got rid of the dog because the dog ate passports and visas. Now, there are many queries here about where you left them in the first place, and second, how crap a dog owner you are that you can't be asked to do something as simple as train your dog, or perhaps keep them company enough so that their own little intrusive thoughts, which are quite common with dogs on a, well, every minute basis, don't overtake and they then go and destroy your property. Passports can be replaced. Now, she said on a podcast that adopting the dog ruined her life, cost her a fortune to replace the documents, which is not a fortune, by the way. Don't try me. Adding that it also prevented her children, her daughters, from seeing their father for months. Oh no, what a shame. I guess you should have done a better job at looking after those documents then, since the responsibility is yours and not the dog's. Yes, I'm on the dog's side here. As many have said, replying to Lily Allen, did she take responsibility for leaving the passport somewhere a puppy could get to him? No. She got rid of the dog. What an awful person. That is her fault, not the poor dog's. She's clearly an idiot of the highest order for not keeping important documents away from animals. And how on earth did Lily Allen think that this would make her look relatable as opposed to absolutely awful? I know it is hard to take accountability for your own F-ups, but leaving passports in reach of a puppy is her fault. That poor dog and her poor children. I don't know why the children factor into this, I mean, beyond not being able to see their dad, but I guess Zoom is a bit of a mysterious concept for them, yes. Now, because Lily Allen is totally the type to take everything for granted, this dog is a great demonstration of it. They're going to get another dog in the near future. They're going to name the dog after the football player Jude Bellingham, because they're special needs. In this, I wouldn't want a dog to be anywhere near somebody who, because of the living nightmare of having to spend money, oh no, because of your own mistake, you offload a dog at the very first opportunity, although, no offence intended to my American audience. Based on what I see of the amount of dogs and cats found in the wild, apparently your third world republic, it is quite common for people to simply dump animals when it is convenient for you. This is something I cannot abide and something I will not accept. Now, rather interestingly, PETA, the, what are they called there? The animal rights group who like to bait people, right? They actually had a back and forth with Lily Allen. Not even joking. Lily Allen had tweeted, "We tried very hard and for a very long time, but the passports were the straw that broke the camel's back." This is part of the podcast that the tabloids decided not to quote in their articles about me dumping my puppy. Actually, they did quote it. Straw that broke the camel's back is a redundant part. Simply put, passports was the part that we all thought, well then, if you leave shit laying around, you're gonna lose it. PETA, you laughed when speaking about abandoning Mary and ruined this poor dog's life. She thought she had a lovely forever home before you tossed it out, calling her that effing dog who ruined my life. Shame on you. You don't deserve even the toy dog we sent you. Jesus. Lily Allen retweeted PETA by saying, "People laugh when they talk about painful things all the time. It's quite normal. I've clarified that we didn't abandon her and she was rehomed with people we knew almost immediately. Why are you perpetuating lies?" Reply, as someone high profile with a platform, what you say matters. Laughing about this effing dog being sent back sends a dangerous message. Every move is traumatic to a homeless dog who then can never expect this home is forever. It's weird when PETA are right on something since they're renowned for baiting out. They are absolutely correct in this. Lily Allen again retweeted with 1980 pause. You're so funny. I sent a 1984 bit there. You're clever. Recently, Keemstar sent out a tweet directly to Tipster. He didn't tag him, but let's face it, there's no point. Tipster will see it anyway. Dear Tipster, I'm being 1000% genuine right now. Hopefully you will see this tweet. Oh, he will. He'll print it out and put it next to his anime collection that he totally didn't bin. Over the last couple of years, you have made horrible, horrible mistakes. I'm not going to mention them in this tweet, because the point of this tweet is not to call you out for your crimes against humanity. That's what you get for liking Lolly and defending it. I'm simply writing this tweet because I want to attempt to fix your brain. And there I was thinking Keffel's leaving the internet would do it. I know you're reading this. You're probably getting real defensive acting like everyone else is wrong. The entire world is wrong and you are right. Everyone is against you because you are wrong. All you have to do to fix your brain is simply start having conversations with your ops. I assume this means oppositions. I don't actually know what ops is. I know it's gonna suck, but that's the only way you can even begin to change for the better. At the end of the day, every YouTuber I know hates you. Maybe, just maybe, it's because you're doing something wrong. Think Tippy, reach out to me. I agree with this tweet, 100%, but I don't believe Tipster deserves a chance. Again, Hannah's my friend. I will defend Hannah, 100%. Don't forget here, Tipster, and if you see this, you know I'm right. I was in that group chat, the two of you. You were a shithouse. And you should be ashamed of yourself. What amuses me really is that some believe that Keemstar's doing this to use Tipster for a podcast. It's always possible, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because we know Tipster makes poor decisions. So why not use those poor decisions for entertainment purposes where all those involved benefit from it in some manner? Tipster has destroyed his channel. Tipster has destroyed his reputation. Tipster believes his head in the sand is the better way forward, and I'm still blocked by this fool, by the way. It tickles me to no end. Now, there's a reply from Brianna Wu I wanted to include in this. I feel like I've tried very patiently to be a friend to him, but he has just been a complete asshole, publicly, smug, judgmental. Somewhat ironic from somebody who's on the wrong side of history, not you, Brianna, but Tipster. It's very much his mantra. He's a smug fat asshole who does nothing. The only thing he has to show for it is a play button that, I'll be honest, the moment he crosses a threshold and goes under 100,000, he should give to one of those people he hurt. He really should. Or give it to Keemstar, of course. He did after all have boogies for a time. Why not have tipsters? Start a collection of those creators who fell off hard and lost their play button as a consequence. By the way, I know you're petty because you went to my Not Worth the Cork Twitter account and you blocked that as well. Clearly you're paying attention. But it's okay, I have alternative accounts. On the 29th of August, Tipster did vaguely respond with a rock meme where he says, "Shut up, bitch," by saying, when all the most toxic people hate you, give them 0 Fs and wear it like a badge of effing honor. In this instance, the problem you have is you have such a small network of community and friends left. Can you really say that they are the most toxic when you're the, well, last one standing? Ish. Okay, sat down, you clearly don't stand up for that long. Define toxic and you'll often find, because of your own interpretation of it, the toxic person in this, Tipster, is you. Yes, I have another account. You can block it if you like now, Tipster, it's fine. I'll just go incognito. On a recent episode of Impulsive, they had the guest Machine Gun Kelly. You know, the guy who got bullied out of rap by Eminem, who changed his entire rap style to match Machine Gun Kelly's to then switch back to his own just to embarrass him. A guy who then got into metal, who subsequently tried to bully Slipknot, who also clarted back. I am somewhat surprised this little bish is still in the industry. And don't get me started on his guitars, because that razor blade one that's clearly a riff off Judas Priest, yeah, I could go off all day on that one. Now, he recently, on that podcast, called out 2 people. One was Sean Strickland, because Sean Strickland holds very strong beliefs when it comes to certain politics. And because of that, there is a very clear line in the sand. Machine Gun Kelly going on a podcast, though, to smack talk a mixed martial artist is a brave move. This is what he had to say about Sean Strickland.
The Strickland one.
I don't know this guy from a crumb of bread, right? I didn't know who he was when I met him. I got hip afterward that he's like insanely racist and homophobic and just not my type of guy, so I would have never even wanted to shake hands with him in the first place. But he also is just a representative of every person who's too scared to just be themselves, because if you're comfortable as yourself, you don't care who anybody else is.
Sean Strickland did not appreciate this and retweeted Inside Fighting, who had the clip by saying, "Getting lectured by a guy who drinks blood and wears a purse. Dog, you had a midlife crisis and tattooed your entire body. The X community of intolerance. Y'all, I'd hang out with you toxic trolls any day over this. Yeah, go back to cutting yourself, you effing weirdo." Now the tattoo thing is because Machine Gun Kelly's body was all tattooed with loads of different bleh over it, right? It's a canvas, let's just doodle. He then decided, because midlife crisis, to black out most of it. I thought he was just trying to rip on Wes Borland's face paint, personally, but I certainly do believe there is some merit to his words when it comes to the criticisms concerning Machine Gun Kelly's dietary requirements. I'd rather insult his musical style and ability, or lack thereof. Schechter, stop enabling him. Randy Orton was referenced, the WWE legend, who had added Machine Gun Kelly with a Pinocchio nose and some eyes. Machine Gun Kelly replied, "You have my number, and you know why you have it, by the way, but I won't even put you on blast for that. Check your texts." Pinocchio emoji. Now, I don't care how he got the number. I assume he just asked somebody and they gave it to him. But there's a clip referencing this as well.
I saw Randy Orton, and I remember seeing Randy Orton, talk shit about me, and I was like, "Hey man, you."
Wait, really?
Yeah, you did. I don't know where you were, but I remember all my boys were sitting there like,
"Oh no." Oh no!
Is this real? What is this part of the script? I don't know what's happening, but
This one comes down to a fundamental misunderstanding because MGK believed that Randy was talking smack about him backstage when he hadn't done so. That's the point. But MGK is a reactive little boy. I expect nothing less from him. He also did say, "Cameras were rolling, tell the WWE to put that out." A reference again to something between the two of them. Now Sean Strickland had replied one more time to somebody else by saying, "Lamal, bro dressed like vampire and gets mad. I asked if you're supposed to be a vampire. It ain't October, mother fluffer. Lol." You don't need lol when you've got Lamal. Just thought I'd let you know. Basic internet decorum. Machine Gun Kelly is a bish. He's also a snowflake, but mostly a bish. His music caters to a very particular type of audience, and it's kind of low grade. If you think his music's good, you're wrong. And that's okay. Music is subjective. But in this, I'm right, you're not. It is very brave to smack talk a WWE superstar who has taken more punishment in his life than you have ever. Even in past lives, there's no way you ever did. Undoubtedly you hid in a cave somewhere. And a mixed martial artist who could turn you into a pretzel within about 5 seconds. It's very brave, because when Sean Strickland throws shade at you, he will back it up. And so would Randy. The same cannot be said for Sticky here. So I would highly recommend for Bishmade to, instead of trash talking people he knows would beat him if the opportunity arose, to get off his high horse, stop asking people to publicly disclose things whilst also having a public conversation privately. Yeah, that was a contradiction I noticed. And perhaps instead know your role and shut your mouth. You are a weak tea musician, nothing more. And I say weak tea, I'll be honest, you barely play guitar properly. You're worse than The Edge.
Yeah, this is crazy. Would you guys be shocked if I told you that those influencers got like 10K a pop just to do that stupid video? Whoever's controlling the Democratic Party's marketing budget needs to be fired, because who's seeing that video and they're like, huh, yeah, I think I'm Democrat now. 10K a pop is generous, but I'm saying it's not a shock that the Democratic Party is paying C-class or D-class influencers and celebrities to promote their side, but I mean...
Courtesy of Dexa2, FaZe Banks revealed that clan members have been evicted from their content house by their landlord just 3 months after moving in, despite multiple warnings. In May 2024, FaZe Banks announced a self-titled reboot of the organisation, and almost every member of the group was cut, leaving just 14 creators remaining. It only took 3 months for this to fall apart, guys. This is going to be fun. FaZe Banks revealed in several posts to his Twitter that the landlord evicted them. Quote, "We really just lost the FaZe house. We just officially got evicted from the crib I effing told these kids. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, we're trying to run this up with no budget, no help. We have a ton of help from a ton of good people, but guys, it effing feels like that sometimes, man. I love these kids, but what the F, Max? I told these kids we're on our last strike with this crib. Build out some production all week to set up for this September subathon. This is a year lease that's broken and we paid up front, so I don't know what the F is good with that, but that might just be a couple hundred bands down the effing toilet. You know, this sounds like a you problem, FaZe. I thought FaZe Clan was gone. I thought you blew it all on crypto coin. Or do we call it shit coin still? You know what I mean? I didn't realise you were still about. And why bother starting with a whole new group and then putting them into a house knowing they're going to destroy the house? FaZe, you're getting older. You now realise how important it is to maintain a business. So, this is your fault. Loser.